Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Warship Gunner 2, finally. Feels like I turn around and it's been a month, so this is episode 124, and we've got a lot of stuff to go over here. So first up, I'm going to show you how I was farming transports, and we will get the medal for 500 transports. So I was doing 640, you come in, you start, you get a wave gun. This is the same setup I was using for the battle carrier farming. So you shoot your newscast, you aim over, get the first transport on the left. This method gets you 3 transports per run, and you can do it in about 50 seconds or so. So just under a minute. But yeah, you hit the one on the left, hit the one closer to the middle, turn over to the right, hit the one on the right. And this one's important because if you go too fast, the dot is gone on the map, but he's not really dead yet, and now he is. There's not a good way to tell. I just kind of give it like 5 seconds after the dot disappears from the map, and that's usually good. But if you do it too quick, you'll only get 2 out of the 3 transports killed, and your destroyed percentage won't be 100%, so you're missing out. But there's 500 cargo ships destroyed, and then here, since I already showed you the method, this will just be the results of doing it for the 999 cargo ships destroyed. And then we're also going to go and look at the Outstanding Service Medal, because that is the medal for getting 999 kills of each type in the game, of each type of ship in the game, which I was not aware of. I didn't know there was a medal for that. I should have guessed, but so I came over here to the medal screen that is under service achievement, because Meritus is all of the Silver Swan ranks. But yeah, you go to service achievements and you go down a little ways. It took me a minute to find it, but I just wanted to confirm what that medal was, because I wasn't expecting to get a medal for that one. And I got it mixed up. I thought it was that one for a second, but it's not. So we go down and right there it is. Outstanding Service Medal. So there we go. Then this is, as you can see, this section is sped up. You can skip to that time if you don't want to watch the whole thing, but this is sped up 4 times because this is the last Inferno mission, and it takes a while. So I'm going to let this play out, and I will come back when this is done. And there we go. Inferno Mission 6, finally done. Took about 32 minutes. So that one's kind of a long one, that's why I had to speed all that up. But we get the AFK flag for beating that specific one, and then we also get... there we go, the Jolly Rancher flag for beating all of the ones, and then we get the medal for beating all of them as well. So there's all of the Inferno missions done. Quick note here, there's a medal for playing 100 hours of the game. We are at, like, at this point here, we're at like 81 something. I've played some more, I'm at like 83 or 84. We'll get there. We still gotta beat the game a total of 10 times. So we will get there. Oh yes, this is mission 431, the last treasure that we need, and we have our drill ship here that we made. It's a super duper basic drill ship, but yeah, we're gonna go get the transport now. I thought the transport was like up by that little isthmus there. It is not, but I'm gonna start heading that way, and here in a moment I will cut and we'll see where it actually spawns, which is actually at the group that I'm closest to right now. I did not know that because I hadn't done this mission, getting this treasure, in a long time. But no big deal. things fast enough to go back and get it. So, got the cut coming up here. Obviously, this is the mission where you have no ammo or anything, so you kind of need the drill ship to do this. I think you could probably theoretically do it with like a really fast aircraft carrier and a laser designator or something, but that would be pretty hard. This is much easier. So there was the cut, and you see the reinforcements down there now, so we're gonna head over there and get that guy. This will also be the first time we actually put the drill on the drill ship to use since we made it and designed it and everything. Yeah, I was planning on, so we've got better internet now. I'll just talk about this real quick here while this is happening, but we've got good internet now. I could probably stream, but the thing with streaming this at this point is it's literally just a case of farming for certain parts out of certain missions and playing the game like 7 more times. So there really wouldn't be much to do or talk about other than just the grinding, which is also why this is taking so long to finish. But we are really almost there with the light at the end of the tunnel. It's there, but yeah, as you can see, we got the treasure. I didn't realize that the drills, until I played this mission, I didn't realize that the drills actually cut up torpedoes as they are coming at you, which is super useful. But I go over here and test it out on one of the destroyers just to see if it does much. It really doesn't. And I just kind of wanted to see how much damage it did, but I mean, it wasn't bad. But it's more than it takes more than a quick glancing pass to take out a destroyer, which means it's probably not very good against anything else. So I went ahead and withdrew from the mission because I don't care about beating it, but we did get the treasure, and that is all of the treasures in the game. Now, this is a pretty involved section. This is trying to build an S-rank ship or an S-rated ship and beat a mission with it. So I thought, okay, I'll go with the giant battle carrier because it's a huge hull, a lot of weight. It's a good hull to use for, you know, general purposes. So I figured it'd be pretty easy to get an S-rated ship. And I didn't know exactly what it took to get an S-rated ship. It's not very clear. You'll see in a little bit here, I go down to that stats part when you hit the select button, and that's what shows you what your rating is on the current ship. And some of them are not super duper clear, like response is one that it doesn't really tell you what that means. What it actually means is how many different things you can actually attack. So how many different targets you can engage, not how quickly your machine guns will fire or how accurately they'll fire or anything like that. So that took some research to figure that out. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave this stuff here for you guys to see, some of the build process, and this took quite a bit of trial and error. I couldn't put any of the high-end carrier bridges on the side of the hull, which was a shame, so I had to go with the battleship bridge in the middle. Another little cut here, we've got the massive wave gun on. Quick note about that, if you put any kind of wave gun on your ship, you're almost certainly going to have the highest offensive rating that you could. The offensive was at an A, and I don't actually have a whole lot on this ship, so yeah. I was still kind of in the mindset at this point of like, let me build this like kind of a regular ship and have a whole bunch of cannons and stuff, but for the rating I didn't need them, and for the weight I couldn't have them. So you see we skipped ahead here, and I've shed some of those cannons. I've got some AA and stuff now. Still referring back to this thing, trying to figure out what else I need. Anti-air, I've got rams and stuff on here already. I've got rams and Sea-Wiz, or CIWS, and I'm just trying to kind of figure out what in the world else I need. The armor, I kept reducing the armor to save weight. I found out later that your armor does actually need to be like 61 centimeters for the armor rating to be an A, and using systems like gravity systems will not help you there. So we've got an A rank finally in just about everything. We've got I think I put on some high angles, and this is where I started to struggle quite a bit here, because I thought, okay, maybe response is how quickly I can put aircraft up in the air, so I put elevators and catapults, and that didn't help, and it got to a point where I just looked it up, and I was like, I don't know what response means. So I found I don't know if it was a Reddit thread or something, but someone made some recommendations about what those actually mean, and I think that was right about this time when I took a huge break to go and look it up. I was like, okay, so I had these chaff on here, and then I realized, okay, nope, I don't need those. This is when I realized what response is, like I said earlier, and so I was like, okay, let me go get some multi-purpose missiles, because then they can, hit anything, as well as some ASROCs, so I can hit submarines, and then the response should be at the highest level. By the way, the highest level for each individual part is A. You can't get S rank on any one of these, but if all of them are A rank, that's how you get the total S rating, which we'll see in a minute. But now I've got multi-purpose missiles, I've got ASROCs. We are there, finally response is at an A, and now we need to up our armor, so 61 centimeters is what this person on the thread said, so now I need to save weight, so we're going to shed some engines, and I'm going to check my speed. Mobility is still good, so that's fine, and then, arguably the most important part of this, doing this right anyways, is the systems, so we need to go and up our command by a ton. Thankfully, most of these other aspects of this thing are not dictated by systems. The auto countermeasures is important for the AA rating, as well as all of the other anti-air weapons that you have, but the auto countermeasures helps that a lot because it, allows you to fire more weapons at aircraft at the same time, so that's good. And then right here, I'm like literally just going down the list of what was in the post I found about how to increase your command very high. So, fire control system, and I forget what the other ones are, but you can see them there on screen. Just really trying to get everything I possibly can to tack on more command. I've also got the best command aft bridge, highest command aft bridge there, which worked out. It worked out that I wasn't using a carrier bridge because both of those two forward and aft bridges combined makes for more command than a carrier bridge would have, and there you go. A rank on everything, which gives you a total S rank. And with that, I just go through all the weapon listings and stuff so you guys can see what I did. I have engines, I have the weapon list there, structures. I don't know if the elevators, catapults matter, but they're not super heavy, so that's fine. All the systems, which are very important. The armor on a big ship like this has to be at least 61 centimeters, it seems like. And this is obviously not the only way to do this, but it's the way I did it. So you can get an S-rated, ship on anything because it is relative to the hull, right? So you can take like a cruiser, a regular cruiser, and get an S-rated ship. It's just maybe a little harder. But now to do a mission. So any mission, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick 640 again because I like picking on Drunus Gas, and we're just gonna kill him and leave the mission, and that's it. Because again, I don't care about any of the other rewards or points or money or any of that. So we're pretty much done with all that stuff. So we're just gonna go in, shoot him, finish this mission, like so. And then we go and get our medal. A whopping 4% destroyed, but there's nothing wrong with that in this case because we are here for that shipwrights medal. And there we go. So, next up, this is a quick one. This is the, what is it? Something of Valor. Something Medal of Valor. I forget what it is. Combat Medal of Valor. That's for being in a mission for 30 minutes. So I finished the mission and sat around for a while. This is another interesting bit. This was when I completely redesigned the Talia Amara, our cruiser, because there is a medal for beating every mission in the game with a destroyer or cruiser. And I figured, well, I'd probably have a little better luck going with a cruiser, so I redesigned this whole thing, pretty much from top to bottom. And I don't think I ever actually changed out the engines. Those engines are still some old nuclear reactors, and I don't think I ever changed them out. Which, if I'd put in 1 or 2 fusion reactors, that might have helped my weight situation. But I just didn't think of it, I guess. I might go do that here after I'm done with this, but I have started going through a playthrough of the story with this setup here. So I happened to end up kind of accidentally on Werner's path. I wasn't really paying attention, I didn't really care because it didn't matter. But yeah, so there's much like designing the S-rated ship, there's going to be some cuts and jumping around and stuff here, because if I left all this in, put it this way, before I cut all this stuff down and had the transitions and everything, this whole file was like an hour and a half. So there was a lot of fat to trim out. So but I hope you guys can see and understand why it takes so long to make some of these, because there's a lot to do and it's time consuming. And like I said, I turn around, it seems like in another 3 weeks has gone by or a month has gone by, and it's just time absolutely flies. So I am still working on it, I'm still going on it, it's just taking time. So, but putting on our beloved Azerox, this I actually did have to make a very multi-purpose ship, because this has to be able to deal with bosses, it has to be able to kill submarines, it has to be able to do pretty much everything, because this ship, or a destroyer, has to be able to go through every mission in the game, including the special missions. So I had to make this thing as good as I could with the limited weight and somewhat limited space as well. And the space is only really limited by the fact that I have to keep the vital point area pretty small, otherwise the armor is going to be too heavy. So you'll see me going with a lot of very defensive systems that increase endurance, or this one here, damage control charm, which makes me fireproof and leak-proof, which is very, very good. No ammo depot explosions, please, thank you. So, and then the Enigma Tech B here, Beta. Enigma Tech Beta gives us another 2500 endurance, which does also slow us down a little bit, but that health is so nice. Now, the bow jet thruster, I did eventually, a few missions after playing with this ship, I swapped that out for the forward thruster, because 60 knots just feels really sluggish. So I switched out the bow jet thruster for the forward thruster later on, but picking between these anti-sub helicopters, I wanted to have one just to help out, and the Kamen Lamps has more ammo with all the same weapons. So I decided to go with the Kamen Lamps. One of those and two of the good old AS-332L support helicopters, because they are the fastest ones. And put them in another group, and there we go. So that is the ship. We're going to be beating every mission in the game with a cruiser in. Maybe some slight tweaks or modifications here and there when I need to, but yeah. And then this is the Combat Medal of Honor, sitting in a mission for 60 minutes. So again, I just put a timer on my phone and sat in a mission for 60 minutes. And then here's the Marine tutorial, which I will also in for you guys. Here. It is kind of long, but you guys can skip ahead a little ways if you want, but this is almost the end. So I'm going to leave this in, I think. Let me go figure out what the last thing was. What was the last bit? Oh, the medal. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of what's new for this episode here. So the sub-tutorial and mission, I'm going to let all this play out, but that's going to do it for this commentary. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your patience, as always. This is, that we knew from the beginning this was a daunting task, and it does take a lot of time and dedication. So thank you again for your patience. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And as always, hope to see you all in the next one.
All hands to diving stations. Full speed ahead. Stop engine. Reverse engine. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead.
Enemy ship sunk.
All hands to surface stations.
Enemy ship sunk. Enemy ship sunk.
Full speed ahead.